target is Vincente Murillo, a fascist militia leader thought to have disappeared. A prominent figure in the 1980s war against communism, we have intel that he has returned to continue his old mission of creating a new world order in South America, starting in Colombia. Intel provided by our client tells us that he is a narcissist, a pathological liar, and very paranoid, with a drinking habit. If he is to fulfill his dream of starting a fascist uprising, he could let the world know that our client has supported him back in the 80s. Our client needs their past mistakes resolved. Times have changed, so good luck, 47.
Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to the revolutionary Year 3 Elusive target. In this video I'll be showing you 3 methods for this one, as I usually do. This will be like a definitive guide for the revolutionary. I don't anticipate me doing another video for this. But if you're looking for a guide that shows you all the locations that he spawns and a guide for each one of those, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. For this video I'll be showing you a default loadout method if you're a brand new player. The second method will be involving poison. The third method will be involving the Emetic gas device. So timestamps will be in the description for this one. And the first method is going to be the default loadout method. Fiber wire coin, regular pistol, villager bus stop, away we go. One thing I need to make sure that you need to know is he will spawn in 3 random locations on the map. And what we want him to do is spawn in the hut to the left in the town. So that's what we want first and foremost. We want him to be spawned at the top left here. If he's not there, just go ahead and pause the game and click restart mission until he spawned there. It does take a couple of times. It may take him 5 times. It may take quite a few times to restart to get him to spawn there, but once he does, that's the location we want to play with because it's the easiest location for us to take him out. Next thing is now once we've confirmed that he's in there by seeing a bunch of guards in that room, we can now proceed to the next step, which is subdue this guard right here. Once you've done that, go ahead and drag his body and put him in the nearby crate. The reason for doing this is because 1, we need to hide the body, 2, we need to put on this disguise because it's going to allow us to get into that second floor without any enforcers up there. Next thing we're going to need to do is go and grab this wrench. Now we're going to climb these stairs here. It's going to be a trespassing zone here, but just need to make sure that their back is to you. Once you're on this balcony, it's no longer a trespassing zone. So we're going to wait for this guard to actually move over to the right, so he's now facing towards the town. And with this guard, we're going to place the gun on the floor, or alternatively just drop it on the floor. And once he turns his back, he's going to see that gun on the floor. Just before he does, we're going to crack open this gas canister. That's going to create a leak. This guard's going to see the gun on the floor and he's going to take it away. So if you're new to the game and you're wondering how to place the weapon, you need to use your L1 and R1 button and the triangle if you're on PS4 or PS5, or the LB and RB and Y button if you're on Xbox. So after he's done his speech and he's done his recording, he's going to go outside and smoke a cigar with his little friend, and he is going to explode from the gas canister because he's ignited it. Stay far away from this, you don't want to get caught on the blast. That would be the last thing you want to do. There we go, target eliminated, accident kill, explosion kill.
Now to find an exit.
Now, you may be wondering about his friend. His friend gets knocked out. He doesn't actually die in the blast, so you don't have to worry about him. And it's an accident kill, which means bodies can be found and it won't ruin your silent assassin rating. So once you've done that, head to the bus stop and you're finished. Second method is going to be involving lethal poison, but don't worry, if you don't have lethal poison, I'll show you where lethal poison is, as long as you have a lockpick, that is. But that's the method you're going to need for this. These are the things you're going to need. So again, just like method 1, we need to make sure that target spawned there in that location to the top left building. If he's not, you're going to have to keep restarting until he spawned there. And once you have confirmation of that, we're going to take this mansion guard disguise. We've taken this disguise for all 3 methods for this video. It's just a good, powerful disguise to have. Again, knock him out, drag his body, put him in the crate, take his disguise. You know the drill. Now, if you didn't have any lethal poison with you, here is where the lethal poison is going to be. In the Medico. Go in the Medico using your classic lockpick, or any lockpick, it doesn't matter which one. And there's going to be a lethal poison pill gel right on the table. Next step, what we need to do is go and panic the target. So to do that, what you want to do is run over here, take out your pistol, and then shoot the ceiling through that room a few times. He'll get a target lockdown. Bullet impact notice. He's going to rush off now and go to his secure area. He's going to take all his guards with him. So even though you might think this is a long method because he has to come back and that, but you don't have to worry too much really, because for some reason once he comes back he drinks the wine straight away. And this is the glass of wine I'm referring to. So once this guy has got his back to you, go ahead and poison this glass of wine. He does take a drink of this after he's done his speech on the camera. And that's it. Before you say it, so before you say that this glass doesn't exist for you, that means it's basically just broken and you have to just restart the mission again, unfortunately. It is what it is. Sometimes that glass just, I don't know. If you basically panic him while he's drinking the glass, he will drop it and it will break. So that's the reason why the glass is not appearing for you if it happens. But anyway, once you've poisoned that glass of wine, he will finish his panic state, and then he'll go back into that building and drink the glass. One thing I wanted to point out as well is the frame rate in this map on this particular elusive target as well. It happens in the main map, and not this bad in elusive targets. But it's so, the frame rate is so bad on PS5. Whether you're playing at 1080p or 4K, it don't matter. The frame rate is awful. And I'm getting I'm getting frame rate drops to about, it's got to be about 10 to 20 FPS, something like that. It's stuttery and it's horrible. It's running really badly, and it's been like that for about a year and a half now, and I don't know why they haven't fixed it yet. It wasn't always like this at launch. It wasn't like this at all. It's just this map and Chongqing is, for example, for those two maps, for some reason, getting terrible frame drops. I don't really know why they haven't fixed it yet. Because at launch of Hitman 3, that didn't happen. Anyway, target eliminated after he drinks his wine, and we can now exit the mission, and we've got Silent Assassin. Let's move on to method 3. Method 3 is going to be involving the gas device, because that's what we pretty much always use. We're going to bring along a Calma 2 tranquilizer as well, just in case a guard follows him. You'll see what I mean when we get there. So, from the very start, just like the first two methods, we need to make sure that the target spawns in that building to the top left. Once he does, and he's got confirmation of that, we're going to take this guard's disguise. So we're going to knock him out, hide him in the crate, take his disguise. If he's not spawning there for you, just make sure you keep restarting mission until he gets there. Until he spawned there in that location. Again, if you are after a guide that shows the other two locations, I have a guide for all 3 locations. Link in the description. Next, we need to arm the gas device. So, while the briefcase is on the floor, take the gas device out of the briefcase and then conceal it back into the briefcase. You'll hear a beep. That will mean that your mine is now armed. Next thing we're going to need to do is come into this building right here with briefcase in hand, throw it at the wall so it ricochets off the walls. We want the briefcase to be between the guard and the target himself. The reason for that is we want both of them to be caught in the gas cloud. And again, the reason for that is because 2 guards follow the target downstairs to where the target throws up. And what we need is a bit of isolation. If you're quick enough, you can probably push him before the guard even comes down. Or you could even delay him by bumping into him or something like that. But I decided to just bring a Calmer, which is a tranquilizer. And when the guard comes down, we're just going to trank him. That's fine. You could probably get away with just knocking him out. But take the risk if you like. But I decided to just go with the Calmer. Because even if that body is found, it's not going to spoil your Silent Assassin. So we're going to push the target off. Accident kill. We head straight to an exit. You can retrieve your suit if you like. Ideally, that would be the case. You don't have to take the risk if you don't want to. If you're worried about getting spotted putting your disguise on, don't worry about it. Just go straight to the exit. There's no bonus for putting your suit back on. I thought you get style points, in your own mind. But once we've exited the mission there, that's the Silent Assassin for the 3rd method done. All 3 methods are really easy to do. The only downside is we have to make sure that your target does spawn in that location. And unfortunately, you might have to resort to many restarts. So, let me know how you get on. Let me know what method that you chose out of all 3 of these. Hopefully I don't have to do this this sort of video again. Again, if you're looking for a guide that shows the other locations, I've got a guide showing the default loadout method for all 3 locations. Link in the description for that video and at the end of these credits. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video if it did help you out or if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel and hit the bell icon notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon or even becoming a member of the channel like all these lovely people on the stream right now. Credit to all those people for helping me out and supporting the channel, supporting me. Thank you very much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. All the details of joining the membership, you just click the join button below next to the subscribe button, or there's a link in the description. I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.